More than 7 years ago now, I started asking people about kind of what they thought of this idea of what would become Idealware. So the idea of something that was going to pool nonprofit knowledge and do real research into what software tools were out there so that people could have a starting point as opposed to just kind of trying to scan the universe for what tools might be useful to them. And I probably talked to 20, 30 people over the course of, a month or two, trying to get sense as to whether this was being done or whether it was useful. And I got a lot of really interesting reactions. So I got a bunch of people who were really positive and thought it would be a really great idea. And I got a reasonable number of people who felt that it couldn't be done, that there was no way to do research that would be helpful to lots of nonprofits at once, that nonprofits were all very unique in their needs, and anything that was general enough to apply to everybody would be too general to be useful. And it was a really interesting feedback and something that I really didn't agree with it at the time. So in fact, I was pretty sure it could be done, and so in fact I went and did it. The very first thing that Idealware did was this report on online donation tools, which was online only, and in fact it doesn't exist in any form anymore, I don't think. It's 7 years ago. And it was a huge success. There was 500 downloads in the first month alone when we had very little list at all. And people really came out of the woodwork to say, hey, this is hugely helpful, this is tremendous to have all of this information. And Idealware kind of snowballed from there. So now, 7 years later, we've got, hundreds of thousands of report downloads. We've got a serious methodology for how we do report comparisons, for how you can make a report that is in fact useful across a bunch of organizations. So it's certainly 7 years later, we've evolved.